Hey guys, it's Mr. Brightside here, and today I'm back with another StarCraft 2 guide. Today we're going to be going over Protoss, basics, simple unit comps that will help us get out of the Bronze and Silver Leagues and beyond. Alright, let's going to queue into a game. Move this over to here. And we Gucci boys, let's go. Alright. So again, this guide is part of my other series. I've already done a Terran and Zerg guide, so if you haven't, please check those out. There's two parts to the Zerg guide, and the Terran one's like an hour long, so if you're up for it, have a look. Yeah, so these are going to mostly tailored for people who are in Bronze, Silver, and Gold and want to get to Platinum and Diamond or higher. I guess the general ideas can help you get to like Platinum, Diamond leagues, and then it's up to you for the rest. Finding it serious in a PvP. Let's see how we go. Now I'm going to be doing this with the assumption that you have a basic understanding of how some things work, like workers and how to build and that stuff. So this is ideally aimed at people who have a rough idea what they're doing. They're just not very good. I'm going to start off with that probe. Rally him over there. Good luck, friend. Alright, so the Unicom I'm going for right now is Charge Lot, Archon, Immortal. Gonna drop that there. If you notice that little shade change in the pylon, I'll explain that to you in a second when I bring up another one. So basically when it's lighter, it's within range of a nexus, right? So see, lighter, darker. If it's lit up like that, it means it's in range of a nexus and it's or a warp gate, and it's a super pylon. Now, what a super pylon does is it allows things. Actually, have a look and read it. I'll just move this over a tad more. You got probe production. Use a chrono on my probes. And increase the speed of my warping of units you're warping in 4 seconds, rather than whatever it normally is, which is like 12 or some shit. Right, the second that gas is done, we want to jump on it. We want to start getting our other gas, and we want to send a probe down here to build our nexus. It's usually good to expand them at the 1 minute to 2 minute mark. Probably 1 minute, 1 minute 40 mark. Everything else I'm not going to worry about just yet. We want to bank up those resources. And there we go. We can go back to business. He's not happy. He's already got his 2 gates and his cyber core. He's looking to be a little aggressive early. Did that cyber core finish? I don't think so. It's almost there. So he's going to be aggressive at the start, so we're going to prepare for that. And this is how we're going to do it. I'm going to drop a super pylon at the front of our main. Pylon placement is pretty important. First one, you know, I like to go near a gas geyser. That's just my preference. Let's get that second gateway down. You can still get out, that's good. What we're going to be building over here, when the cyber core is done with our probes is running away, we're going to drop that shield battery. With the shield battery, if you're not sure what it does, it uses energy to replenish the shields very quickly of your units. I'm putting a lot of gas already, which isn't the best. It's okay. Let's grab a couple of probes and let him know we're not happy with him. We want to keep chronoing out that warp gate. It's pretty important for us to stay alive. Another pylon over there. And I want to drop a pylon over here just so I have more space to build. If you can, I guess it's probably better to get as many pylons as super pylons as you can. I realize I'm building stalkers, not charge lots or anything yet, but early game in PvP you're going to want a couple of stalkers because the risk of their pressure is pretty high. So it is very standard for a Protoss to open with 2 gates and a cyber like that. I went for an expansion first, which is fine. That shield battery for defense. I'm actually going to start getting charged now that my Cybercore's done. I'm going to drop a pylon on my minimum line. I'm doing this because the risk of an Oracle right now is really, really high. I'm going to bring that shift hold position, my Stalker, in my mineral line. Because I'm pretty paranoid. I'm going to start chronoing that out now. Warp gate's done, or chrono charge. I'm a bit paranoid, so I'm going to leave that Stalker there for a bit of defense. A lot of people go for cannons. Shield batteries are better, they're cheaper. I want to drop a few of those. I'm going to send him across the map to have a look at what's happening. Keep getting these gases. Drop another pylon at the back there. And we're going to drop another gate. So now what I'm going to do is... Ooh, what's this? He has a lot of Stalkers. So I'm going to grab a sentry here because I want that Guardian shield. I want to keep chronoing out my charge. And I'm going to drop another shield battery. Because he has a lot more units than I do. So this is actually kind of dicey. We might have to utilize the pull the boys strategy here. Nope, we're good. See that shield battery doing work. Charge is done. We're going to warp in a couple of zealots. Kill that sentry. We're going to back up here because we want to see if he comes back in. I don't think he will. Get some guys on gas. He did. Wasn't very smart. Now I'm going to drop 2 robos and a couple extra gates and a couple extra pylons. Because I was busy microing the fight, my resources got a little bit high. But right now, what? We're 5 minutes into the game. We've got pretty good saturation on both of our bases. I'm getting double robo. We're going to look to drop the Templar Archives at the back here. And we're pretty close to a supply block, so we'll do that. Right now, I know I'm in a pretty good spot, so I want to be looking to expand. I'll drop a few more Zealots here. The reason you go Stalkers, it's good to go Stalkers early in any matchup, I guess, is because until you have charge, Zealots can get kited kind of easily, which isn't ideal. I'm going to expand. I'm going to drop some pylons. When this pylon's up, we'll drop a shield battery and a cannon. And now we can start getting our mortars. 2 robos is pretty good. Only thing I'm really missing now is some forges. So we'll get onto those now. We'll hotkey them to 3. Get double forge. Let's go have a look at what he's got. We'll warp in some High Templar for Archons. It's best to get the Templar Archives, not the Dark Shrine for Archons, because the total cost is cheaper. If I go on my warp gates here, 125, 125 compared to 50, 150. So 250 resources as opposed to 200. A brain fade though. Alright, so this is done. Do that for a bit of defense. Yeah, we can do that. We're stuck on an upgrade, so 1-1's on the way. We've got an Observer, a Warp Prism's on the way. Everything's kind of kicking up for us now. I can start saturating that last base. Does he have a third? No, he doesn't. Let's keep on moving. I've still got my sentry from before. I think we just kill him here. He doesn't seem to have a lot. I want to use that Guardian shield. He's on a pretty good angle here that my charge-lots can't do heaps. I'm going to go back home. We don't want to micro too much. I want to keep getting Immortals. I can have a look back. I've pretty much won this fight. Now that those Immortals are there. I Observer for the high ground vision. I can use another Guardian shield. I'm going to keep doing this. And pretty simple. So, all I did to win this game, really, is I went for my Nexus first, he didn't, and I held. So it's really easy to defend as a Protoss once you get a shield battery or 2 down. Doesn't really help with its PvP, so once I get ahead it's really hard to lose. But take him out of observation mode, move him up. Yeah, and he doesn't really have anything. So I'm on 70 workers right now, which is pretty good. I have a lot of big bank, and drop some pylons. Chrono these out, why not? Keep building my units. It's good to keep, if your Warp Prism isn't at the fight, you probably should rally it over so you can reinforce your army. Unless you're pretty confident in the fight, it shouldn't matter too much. Do that. See, I'm running out of guys there. Running out of space there too. Rally that, we can start our next upgrades, our 2-2. I might as well just start bringing over the whole army now. No point in not doing it. He doesn't seem to want to tap out, which is annoying. "23 kills on this Immortal, oh my god." Man, keep using your Chronos. So again, I did exactly what I want. I didn't die early. It's pretty safe. Especially at low levels, it's going to be really, really good unit comp for to use. Because Archons can hit air units, Immortals are amazing, and Chargelots are just pretty good frontline. And they're cheap. But yeah, remember, it's if I was looking at things I could have done better, I got my shield batteries and my mineral line pretty late. My resources got a bit high, but I wasn't going all out. I didn't micro the fight. Micro in the fight's not something we want to focus on. We just want to worry about, sticking to our goals. So, if I was to put our goals into, say, a list, it would just be, don't die. Like, you can be greedy at the start, know how to defend. So he came at me with a lot of Stalkers early, which could be scary. But I had less units than him. I just had a shield battery. I can show you after we do another game. I can come back and show everyone. I think he had about 12 Stalkers to 4 or 5 a Sentry and 2 Zealots with, I think, 2 shield batteries. So the shield batteries made a massive difference. Just a bit of defender's advantage there. And he really didn't get any damage done when I was already ahead in macro. That really needed to work for him. So we're playing a random, so hopefully we can get something like Zerg. I'll show anyway what to do against Zerg. So he's random. I'm not going to ask. If he tells me, that's fine. I'm going to assume that he's Zerg. Good. Well. So if you're playing against the Zerg player, there is a really good chance that you get Zerg rushed, or you're going to need a wall. Now to do that is a gateway is about 3 tiles, so I'm going to drop that there. So there's 3 there for my gateway. I'm now going to scout, get back on the probes. So basically what's going to happen is this pylon here, I'm going to have gateway, and there's going to be a 1 tile gap for me to wall. Let's bring him over. Nice and tidy. I'm now going to get my gas. Every game, that's what you want to do. I probably should say it in the first one. You want to get that gateway, then that gas, and you can afford to chrono after your pylon's done. Have a look at what he is. He's probably Terran. No, oh, here's Zerg. Perfect. He hasn't expanded yet. He's gone pull first. Which means I'm going to want to do this. Makes me really paranoid. Just because I'm terrible at walls, I'm going to do that. And because he went pull first, so this is perfect. So there's a little gap here that we can put an Adept or a Zealot in. We're going to use a Zealot, got another Cybercore. And we'll see that I want to put that probe there to begin with. I'm going to Cybercore here. Oops. Now I'm going to put him on hold position. Because now any Zerglings that come my way can't get through without killing the probe. There we go. So now I'm gonna look at taking my base again. Same stuff every time. So now I know I'm safe. I've played defensive. It's really easy as Protoss to play defensive, but you also need to know when you can move out. Now again, if you're at a lower rank, it's going to be kind of easier for you to move out. You shouldn't feel too worried. You get that warp gate. And against the Zerg, we're going to get an Adept. Again, we're going to go for the same basic unit comp. We're going to get Zealots with charge, Immortals, and Archons. I'm going to get a pylon in my main because I don't have one. I don't want him to be able to see everything. I am going to oversaturate my main here. I know, like it says, 17 out of 16. You can get to, I think it's 24 out of 16 before it actually makes a difference. Now, I'm not going to do anything spicy. I'm not going to try to poke or anything like that. I just want him to do his thing, and we're going to do our thing. That's all we're going to worry about. Yeah, I went and scouted just to see what race he was. But there are little things that, you might think, yeah, I scout, but I don't know what to look for and stuff like that. Against the Zerg, if he's got a spawning pool before a hatchery built, make sure you've got this wall done. He doesn't seem to have actually come at me. Oh, yes, he does. I might lose this other shit. We're going to chrono, so I'm going to drop those shield batteries and we're going to chrono. Now we're actually going to hold here because only one link can hit the depth at a time. And my second one popped because of the chrono. So that was actually a little bit scary. I was actually worried about that, so even players who are playing out of their rank can still be caught off guard. There are actually a lot of streamers that will lose to lower ranked players because they just were caught off guard by what was happening. I am getting that Robo facility earlier. Spent time as the Twilight this game. Whoa, that was scary. 11 kills on him. Now, if I want to be mean, I would stand. Normally, I would push out with these Adepts. I'm not going to do that. I'm just keeping them here. I would recommend doing the same because the more you micro, the less you're going to macro. We'll go to Sentry and a few Zealots. If you do have enough to research charge, we're going to want to chuck that on the chrono straight away. We're going to want to keep building probes. And it just so happened I grabbed a pretty good amount of probes over here when I wanted to drop the shield batteries. That was actually a good push by him. That was pretty good effort. Like if I didn't have this wall up and I only had a Zealot and Adept, I lose the game there. So every time, the wall is going to be slightly different on each map, but that's the baseline for what we want. So again, there was a big attack. He didn't get anything really done with it. So we're in a pretty good spot. And I need more pylons. Now I don't know what he's got, what he's doing, so I'm going to play it pretty safe and drop a shield battery in my middle line. In case he goes something like Mutalisks and can harass me. Mutalisks are actually pretty good into shield batteries, unfortunately, but we'll see how we go. I'm going to grab that Templar Archives now to get our Archons. Okay, up our army. I want to send my Observer across the map and get a Warp Prism. It's not in an ideal location. It's a bit of annoying for the probes to get around, but it's what we've got to work with. Ideally, you put that pylon slightly close to the mineral line. That's not an issue. There's an Overseer over there. He might go for a Nidus network and try to get past my wall. So we'll drop a few Stalkers over there just to try to make sure we get around. And now with our massive gas bank, we can start getting at these High Templar for Archons. No, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, okay, I have a Warp Prism, it's alright. Archons are actually like pretty big units. and they won't fit through the wall. See? So if you got a warp prism, you can pick it up and drop it. So that was my pretty big mistake by me. I didn't even know that was a changeler. Alright, now we're going to again take our third. We're a bit late on this game. You know, no biggie. Drop our double forge. Throwing away an immortal. Oops. Want to use alt, so it takes him away from our first hotkey, from our select all army, and puts it onto 2. We're really getting supply blocked here, aren't we? I'm real committing to it. Again, I've got a fair few minerals here, so I'm going to drop it. I don't have any forges yet. When that forge finishes, we're going to drop a couple of cannons and a shield battery. What's he got? So he's got some hydras, he's got a few bases. Oh, he's attacking. Okay, no, I have charge. We're going to back up, we don't want to lose here. We want to play it safe. Morph everything in. Let's use a Guardian Shield. Fighting off creep is a bit risky for him, but off creep he doesn't have Hydra speed either. I'm just going to be able to run him down. The charge is about to come up. I'm going to back up. I'm going to morph in a lot of Archons. We're going to set up this base before we do anything else. And we want to make sure we're getting our upgrades. But I did that a little bit quick, so I'll go over it again. I just started queued up both of my gases here. I'm queuing up probes. Let's do that all the way. Just why not? I'm, doing a few more big warp ins. I went to my forges. I started getting 1-1, 1 attack, 1 armor. I chrono boost them both. I've got immortals producing out of both robo facilities. Oops, I'm gonna do this again. 1, 2, 2 zealots, 4 Templar. We got 2 more Archons. Keep those coming. And now we're pretty good to attack. Oops. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to move him all the way around. And we're going to actually set up that warp prism in the main for a zealot warp in. We're going to alt. No, you're alt 6, so he's off. He did see it. An infestation pit. Let's set this up. Come back. And let's do a warp in here. The reason we're doing this is because now even if this attack was to fail, I've got these zealots in the main. I'm going to just kill that queen. They're going to go ham, go to town on the workers here. And my army's just going to stomp through anyway. Actually, he has lurkers. That's actually a pretty big deal. Lurkers are really, really good. And my observer died. So I don't actually have any detection for them. I want to back them up, and I want to keep warping in. That's awesome. We're going to start getting our 2-2. We're just going back home. All these minerals are running out. You got a bit oversaturated, so are you. Right there, I right clicked and then shift clicked 3 drones away, 3 probes away. How are we doing? Let's kill that. He still doesn't know that this is here. I'm going to do a few run-bys and just try to kill his tech buildings. that, put him over there. I'm also going to start getting more gateways. Pretty much wherever I can fit them. At this point, even over here. And we're going to look at taking a 5th, because we're starting to mine out. Oops, we're going to go back over here, chrono both of these. Oh, he was actually switched on to it then. That was pretty good from him. Then you have a bunch of zealots again. If you really want, we can research Storm. So the next lot of higher Templars I get, I can keep them instead of morphing them all. At the moment, we just want some more Immortals, some more Charge Lots, and we can go for another attack. Might as well wait for these to be done. Start researching +3 attack. And +3 armor. We can now go around and morph all these into warp gates. I'm on 81 probes, which is actually pretty good. That's a lot. Ideally, you don't actually want to go over 70, so I have way too many, but we'll deal with it. We'll chrono out Storm, and we'll just keep these high Templar here, because I don't have a sentry anymore. The less spellcasters I have, I think the better, because I'm terrible at using them. So we're going to grab a handful of you guys. Oh, he's attacking me now. His lurkers are at the front, and I have detection, so I think I'm just going to stomp over this. And he's going to call GG. Alright, so there we go. There was 2 games, one against the Zerg, which is actually something I really wanted. And the other one didn't really matter. So, again, charge lots of Zealots, Twilight Council, charge. Forges, double forge, expand early, defend, don't die. We'll get a notepad. We'll type this up, we'll do it right. Notepad, how's that text size? That's pretty small. Why is that this one? Hey, there we go. Protoss. Alright, so standard, you want gateway, gas. Gateway to gas every time, then back to probes. Chrono when pylon done. Alright, you want to chrono your nexus when your pylon's done, you want to pump out those workers. You want to get your gateway and then get your gas straight away. Against Zerg, build wall, and then we want to practice. So I'm sure there's probably maps that you veto. If there is, just practice on the other maps, but you want to practice how to build the wall. It's pretty important, because if you stuff up the wall, then 30 Zerglings are going to run into your base, kill all your workers, and you're going to be really angry at yourself. So that map I think was Acid Plant. Yeah, that was Acid Plant. So that was the Acid Plant. It's Acid Plant where it works with one pylon, I think there. I did too, because I get worried about my walls all the time. But after the Cybercore, Warp Gate, obviously, then we want Twilight Council. Leads to charge. The second you drop that Twilight Council, which should be pretty soon. For that, we want always be safe. Don't attack. Attacking early, trying to do high aggression plays probably aren't going to work, because it usually involves sticking to a build order. So it's just something else to worry about. You're learning, which you might not always want to. So it's it might take time, might take a few losses and all that. So it's just easier this way. Always be safe. So just don't attack. Don't attack early. You're expanding early. They probably won't. So it's better for you to just sit back and defend. So Twilight Council, you want charge, Robo Facil, Immortal, and once the Twilight Council is done, you can get Templar Archives. Templar Archives. High Templar / Archon. Alright, pretty simple. You also want both your gases early, but if you want, if you guys want, I will try to get like a rough build order that I did in those games. Just the estimate of like when the timings were, or the goals that I set for myself to try to achieve in each game, so I know I'm kind of performing alright. Yeah, then obviously forges, shield batteries, the standard stuff. I'm not going to type those, but this is just the general buildings that you'll need. I'm not going to put Cybercore down, it's easy, but just some tips. So you want a chrono when your pylon's done. Chrono upgrades. A lot of the time I'll see low level players, like when I've played on this account or other account when I was ranking up, that will have a like full energy Nexi. Full energy. 200 on like 3 bases, they got 200 energy. It's really bad. If you're not sure what to use Chrono Boost on, Chrono your upgrades, Chrono big units, Immortal. You can Chrono probe still, keep Chrono and Chrono workers. There is a good chance that you lose a worker. Unfortunately, I didn't get cheesed. I mean, I did by the Zerg, I guess, but I didn't get like an Oracle coming in from the Protoss or a Banshee coming in from a Terran player. I didn't get that. So yeah, just some basic tips to go by. Minimal spellcasters. So if you're gonna go to Sentry, get 1, maybe 2. If you want to use High Templar, let your Sentries die, I guess. Or just hotkey the Templars separately. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is a big one. Archon can't walk through wall gap. It's too big! Anyways, they're just some basic tips. Again, I will put some stuff in the description box. So, I'll probably do the first 3-4 minutes of the build that I went and just go, this is what I did when. And for example, in that Zerg game, I'll put down what I did when I saw his lings coming. But yeah, so stay tuned for more, guys. I do have a few more videos planned. I'll try to get out when I can. I've been really busy lately, I know. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the content. If you do, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. If you didn't like it, whatever reason, be sure to comment that too, and just tell me what it is. If it's something I can improve on, sure. If it's about me playing at a lower rank, like, I'm sorry. But if I'm playing at my rank, I'm not going to be able to explain things as well. I'm just not good enough to multitask like that, so yeah, so sorry about that if that annoys you, but yeah, hopefully you guys will enjoy it, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. I also stream fairly often, so I'll put the link to my Twitch down below as well, so yeah. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.